Today is December 20th, 2024, and honestly, I don't even know anymore. Like, what is this, guys? So I was down slightly on the overnight, right? I wasn't expecting the market to be up at all. And then it dipped even more. Most of this was because of Nike, I believe. So Nike, for anyone that wasn't paying attention yesterday, after earnings, they popped 10%, right? 10% up. And then it gave up its gains and it was slightly green, like break even-ish, right? Like very barely green. And then it started dipping a little bit, slightly red. And then over on the overnight market, it was just heavy red, right? And I'll just go to Nike. So as you guys can see, it was down 7% for Nike. Now, keep in mind, this is from very good earnings, right? The earnings report was very decent and the market initially liked it, and then it just started going down. I don't know anymore. But of course, it regained all of its losses and it was basically break even, but just slightly red now. It is what it is. But this is an opportunity for me to buy more Nike. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I want to say I was at 109 at 6 in the morning. So the pre-market, overnight market, whatever you want to call it. I was down heavily. This is from a peak of 132. And then I just started shooting up. And the NASDAQ, of course, was down 1.6% in the pre-market. And then it just started skyrocketing 2%. And now it's just like a little green 0.9%. And there was a decent amount of activity going on for me today. I did end up just closing that Palantir covered call. Even though it is a very excessive price, the way Palantir has been acting lately is whenever the market is super red and you would expect Palantir to be down heavily, it would still hold a very decent support zone, like in the 70s, right? And I believe Palantir right now is 80. So, I mean, that speaks for itself. It held support very well. And I started getting a little worried. And I know usually these moments and that when you get that type of feeling is usually when the market or the stock will just start turning the other way. So who knows, next week Palantir will probably be like $60 just because it's 80 today and everyone is comfortable. But it is what it is. It's $39. It is what it is. But I did end up closing my Nike put option for $7. So as I expected, that secured put that I sold originally on Nike, if I can find it. Yep. So December 16th, I sold a secured put for around 190. And after fees, it's like around 189-ish. And then I bought it back today, closing it for around $7. And even though Nike was down pretty bad early this morning, I was still okay with it because Nike is a stock that, even though I have a lot of money in it already, I was looking to buy even more just to round it up to that nice 500 number. And if I wanted to hold off on it just to not make my margin interest payment even bigger, I could also just roll it out even farther and collect even more premium. So Nike was a stock that I was kind of comfortable with, but because of how worthless that contract is, I just decided to close it for $7. It is what it is. But I am still holding the New Bank secured put option. If it's still like kind of red next week and New Bank isn't really going anywhere, I will consider selling some more just because New Bank is a stock that I have such a small position in. And if we take a look at some percentage changes, looks like Robinhood. Robinhood was another one very similar to Nike. It was down huge, 7%, and then it just finishes almost up 4%. And of course, you guys already know Nike basically finishing flat, completely ruining anyone that was on the buy side of options. Like if you bought a call option thinking that Nike was going to go up, you lost money. And if you bought a put option thinking that Nike was going to go down, you also lost money. And how do I know that? Because I sold you that put option. And of course, Palantir just being Palantir, it's up 7.6%, Pepsi 0.8%, Tesla down 3%, and the rest of my portfolio, nothing really very notable going on. I was also considering selling an EA put